Well, I think we're a couple minutes past the 12:05, so I think we need to go ahead and get started. We've got a small crew, so again, want to continue to make this an open dialogue by all means. So welcome, and today what we really want to kind of talk a little bit about is have you share maybe some ideas on how we're really helping DSPs not feel that isolation that's out there. We know that oftentimes our staff members are out there doing their thing. They don't necessarily connect as much. So Craig is going to share a couple ideas with you. I'll share a few ideas, and then we'll open it up. And if anybody else has any ideas, let's bring those forward. So Craig, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Sue. Yeah, one of the great ideas Scott and I heard actually was just a week ago at a workshop that we were doing for a provider organization in Pennsylvania. And this one provider, they create a Google Doc with a picture of a new hire, and then they encourage existing staff to reach out, have a conversation, and whatever you discuss in that conversation, post something on that shared Google Doc so that people start understanding, maybe find some common interest, common ground, things like that. So they said that's working pretty well. If you're concerned about, setting up something like a Google Doc, one thing that we've had great success with providers is setting up a private Facebook group. And that we don't look at this as this is a place to send out company memos and things like that. Think of it as a virtual water cooler. One of the challenges for our field is that so many of our DSPs work in isolation. Probably the only other staff person they see is maybe either a coworker, a supervisor, maybe a little bit of interaction when they're changing shifts. It's not like an office where you can meet around the water cooler and just start chatting about things. So we've had some success with clients setting up a private Facebook group and encouraging people to share their personal interests, maybe where they get help when they need a babysitter in an emergency or car repair deals or something like that. Again, the idea is to try to make them feel welcome. And the private Facebook group, again, it's supposed to be a social thing, not, again, there are better ways to deliver your company messages. We're fine with administration getting involved on a fun level. I mean, we know one vice president of one of our clients, I mean, she'll do fun videos, like if it's Easter, she'll put on rabbit ears and things like that. So the idea is make this fun so that people want to view it on their own time.
Great.
Sue?
Yeah, thanks, Craig. So Craig gave you a couple ideas, and again, what we're talking about today, because we just had a couple people join, is really how do we help DSPs feel less isolated in their jobs? And I know working at Quillo, one of the things that I've seen is, of course, people shooting their Quillo videos and welcoming and celebrating new hires that have joined the organization. So they'll put out a video that, again, shows the different interest and welcoming the person to the organization. They also celebrate work anniversaries. Again, another great way for folks to be recognized with their work anniversaries being celebrated. And one of the agencies did a very unique video, is they actually went out and surprised their midnight hour staff. Again, they were probably a little taken back because being, somebody from senior leadership coming out on the midnight hour and, knocking on the residential door and saying hi. Now they did have nice little welcome baskets or, little hostess baskets that had little treats in them and everything. So they gave them those little baskets, and then they shot a little video that just kind of showed them receiving that basket or whatever. And they put it all together, and they had a video that went out to the entire group around people that were working the midnight hour, and they put it to the song by Wilson Pickett called "In the Midnight Hour." So it was just a really fun way of kind of expressing their gratitude for those individuals. And of course, as you all know, another great way to help DSPs who are new to the organization not feel so isolated is setting up a mentor system that allows them to connect with someone who, of course, has some years of experience. Anyone new to their job may not feel comfortable always being able to talk to their supervisor about situations. But if you set them up one-on-one with a mentor or a buddy system in some fashion that allows them to speak to someone else that's been there, done that, you start to build a great connection. So those were some of the ideas, things that we kind of brainstormed around a little bit. We got a few minutes here. And again, anyone have any ideas, things that you've done to really help DSPs feel less isolated as they're working? Would love to hear your examples.
One quick addition I'll make to the idea of setting up a mentor program is I've been on both sides of mentorship as a mentor and a mentee. And I think, the benefits to the person being mentored is pretty straightforward, right? That's the reason the program's set up. But when I've been in the mentor role, it's also helped develop my own kind of just leadership skills and like how you process and help encourage other people. So even if they're still in the same role, by label and by category within the organization, it's an opportunity to kind of dig into those leadership skills that could, help them in the future if they wanted to seek out, a management position or something. So,
absolutely.
We happen to have a couple, everybody here is with using Quillo. Are there other ideas that you have for, supporting DSPs?
Well, we just recently, not just DSPs, but we delivered T-shirts and treats to every employee just because we wanted to thank them. We've been COVID-free in our client population, so we wanted to give them a shout out and recognition for that.
Did you have anything special? Yeah.
We also, our clients all got shirts too because they've been doing the right things as well. So
Leslie, were these Stone Belt type T-shirts? Did you have a special saying on it? What?
So that we had the client T-shirts that said "We are superstars," and the staff's T-shirt we used the ARC "We are essential" hashtag on those. So they were well received.
Yeah, nice.
Something to kind of boost up spirits a little bit in these long weeks that we have.
Yeah. And congratulations on being COVID-free.
Yeah, staff. Really. I had never, awesome. I would have thought we would be in a very, very serious, dire condition, but
yeah,
done all right so far.
Great. Excellent. Any other ideas, thoughts?
This is Colleen. We have a coach's corner where we have put lots of things from state park passes, DSPs can use, or coaches, and then we have coupons for restaurants and takeout kinds of places that they can help. We've put together kind of a COVID corner also with all our supplies of masks and gloves and disinfectant wipes and all that, and they just can come in and take what they need either for themselves, working with the clients, or working for at home, because we want them to maintain their homes as a safe place as well. And so we've gotten some nice notes of appreciation for those kinds of things.
Oh, what a great way to support them at this time. That's excellent example. Thanks for sharing that. Awesome. Well, we're at the 10-minute hour. Rebecca?
Sorry, Joe, did you want to add something? I saw you unmute.
Yeah, sorry. I was just going to say real quick, and I think we've probably mentioned it before, but we've been doing, I think some have been on Quillo, but like a series of Friday videos. We call them Friday favorites. And I don't know how much it makes people feel less alone, but it kind of gets people involved. We try to have different themes so that they can contribute photos, whether it's, hey, show us what the individuals you support are baking, or crafts, or things like that. And then we did one back in May for Mother's Day, so pictures of people we support with their moms, but also staff. And as I was brainstorming for this week's video, also it occurred to me, oh yeah, Sunday is Father's Day, so for this Friday we're doing a Father's Day one. And it's fun for me, as the days go on, the emails come in with pictures, because we're still working out of our homes, so we're a little isolated too. And for me, as a still relatively new employee, it's a nice way to get to know some people I haven't met. So those have been kind of fun, and people seem to like it. Just a little morale boost at the end of the week, and most of them have been pretty light in tone. The last couple of weeks we tried to keep a little more serious, being that we're in the Twin Cities, and when we had everything that was happening, especially downtown, tried to keep things a little lighter. But I think it'll be nice to do the Father's Day one because it's not too silly or weird, but so some of them, I guess, more than being silly, just try to kind of pull on the heartstrings a little bit, but they've been fun to do.
Awesome.
I think that's great too. Because regardless of the vehicle, whether it's Quillo, a Facebook group, it's important to try to lead and encourage people to participate. It can be really tough to get them started. Once they get started, they'll take off, but it's wonderful too. If you can sort of prompt them, it can make a huge difference.
Yeah, and we've noticed, there's some that right away got on board sending things, and, almost right away I get an email back from them, but it's kind of neat each time to see someone who maybe hasn't submitted anything before, and they'll send something. So yeah, it does seem like more people keep getting involved.
Good. Well, great. Well, we appreciate everyone kind of sharing some of the different things that you're doing. It's always good to hear how folks are continuing to be creative with trying to make sure that our DSPs feel that they're welcomed anytime and just aren't out there on an island by themselves doing their jobs. So we're going to wrap up for today. We look forward to maybe seeing everybody here next week. And again, if anybody does want to stay and chat for another 10 minutes or so, we have been staying on a little bit longer. It's totally up to you. You're certainly welcome to do that. So if you need to take off, that's absolutely fine too. So have a great day if you need to move on. Otherwise,
thank you.
continue the conversation.